Well, greetings being. It's February 19th, 2012. Good to see you again. What we're going to talk about this week is this whole idea of being in transition. We talk all the time about being transitional beings, and we are transitioning our consciousness from wherever it's been to a brighter, happier place. And for many of us that are having these kind of conversations, we find that we are in transition all the time. Between where we've been and where it is we say we want to go. That comes in the form and in the language much of the time of intentions, right? So I don't have something, I want it, I set the intention for it, and I start doing what I need to do to start embodying that intention in the here and now so that I can one day, hopefully not in the too distant future, experience it and move on to the next desire and the next desire and the next desire. But one of the things that I really wanted to point out and have us look at a bit more closely today, this week, is what we can do to spur on and make faster our intention, the manifestation of our intention. And it has to do with where we choose to put our energy, not a new idea in and of itself either. But here's what I'm talking about. So let's say I have, well, I'll use one from my personal life. So years and years ago, I just set an intention that my life works, and it works easily. And there are so many ways for that to show itself, right? But I'm going to use the example of red lights and green lights when I used to live in LA and drive a lot. So I would get like 2 or 3 green lights in a row. And I'd say, woohoo, my life works, and it works perfectly and smoothly and easily. And here's evidence of it, and this is really exciting. And that's a fantastic thing to do when you are in the process of setting an intention and it hasn't really fully manifested yet. There will be moments and sparks and times when that intention is pretty much showing itself to you, even if it's not 100%. So of course what happens the next time I get to red light, red light, red light, I'm like, well, my life is not working easily at all, right? So what do? I can start and change my entire focus and my thoughts and my beliefs and my energy toward the exact opposite of what I'm wanting. But if I remember that I'm in transition, transition means that it has aspects of the old and aspects of the new all in it at once. So that means that at any given moment we have a choice, choices abound. We have a choice of where we're going to put our energy. So when I get to the red light and I'm willing to acknowledge that I'm in some sort of a transition, and I'm willing to consciously put my energy where I want it to be, I pretty much ignore the red light. I don't ignore it by driving through it. I simply sit at it, and I don't make it mean that my life isn't working smoothly and easily. I choose to know that my life, my intention for my life to be smooth and easy is in the works. And there are examples of it everywhere. And if I like to use green lights as examples and then I get to a red light, I don't have to make it mean that my whole intention is off whack or off track. Does that make sense? So let's see if I can think of another one from my little portfolio. Well, here's one, and we talk about this all the time. I don't know if I picked this up from somebody or if I've been giving it to people, but this whole idea of creating financial abundance, right? And one of the intentions that I came up with for myself a long time ago was, when my bills come, I pay them. When my bills come, I pay them, meaning there's always enough money and all of that. So a bill comes in the mail, or 5 bills come in the mail, and I can only pay 2 of them that day. All right, well, what am I going to do? Am I going to bemoan the fact that I don't have enough money for all of them, that I'm nowhere near realizing my intention for simply living in a world where when my bills come, I pay them? Or am I going to say, wow, and take these two and say, this is exactly what I mean. When my bill comes, I pay it. When my bill comes, I pay it. And feel the energy and the vibration of that action and those thoughts and that behavior. What happens with the other three? They only mean what we make them mean. So it doesn't have to mean that your intention for having enough money to pay your bills or to pay your bills when they come isn't happening. It doesn't have to mean that at all. In fact, you can pay two of them. It's just what we do and what we choose in that moment of transition to focus our attention on. So this is all about where are we in the course of our intentions manifesting, and is it an all or nothing game where one day they're not and the next day they are, or is it more likely, hint hint, a period of transition where we really experience not living our intention and living our intention, and not living our intention and living our intention, and not living our intention and living our intention. And at any given moment, where are we going to put the focus? So that's my little ditty for you today. As always, it's a delight to be with you, and until next time, peace out.